Unleash the power of knowledge and connect with the heartbeat of the African diaspora. Download our African Diaspora News Channel app now on Google Play and Apple App Store. Stay informed with authentic and diverse perspectives, breaking news, and cultural insights. Immerse yourself in a community that celebrates unity, resilience, and progress. Experience the vibrancy of the diaspora at your fingertips. Don't miss out. Empower your perspective today. Search African Diaspora News Channel and join the conversation.
You know, one thing I am extremely grateful for is social media, because now the world has become a global village, which is a great thing, but it's even a greater thing for Africa, because all those dangerous perceptions that were there about Africa, particularly from traditional media, where Africa is a place of disease, poverty, war, those days are gone, because people can now see the continent for exactly what it is. Why am I saying this? Because most recently, Twitch streamer, is it Twitch? Yeah, I know he's a streamer. Cenat was on the continent, particularly he visited Nigeria and Ghana, and he had nothing short of amazing things to say about the continent. He was streaming his entire experience here, and I think that perspective of the continent is very, very important, because it dignifies where we come from, but also shows Black people that there is so much going on the continent, but also dispels or disputes the stereotypes that have been perpetuated by white media. Hello there, how are you doing? Welcome to another episode of our conversations. My name is Ondiro Oganga. I'm a business journalist by profession and a digital content creator. I love coming on here, having conversations with you guys about Black people, Africans, our empowerment, and how we can rise up and take our rightful place at the global stage. Connect with me on social media at Ondiro Oganga, or come over to my channel, New Dawn Africa channel, where I profile Africa through people, politics, and culture. Let's just jump straight into it. There has been a rumor for a while that Cenat was going to come to the continent, but little did we know where exactly he was going to go or what exactly it was that he was going to do. And then one day we just woke up and he was landing in Nigeria, and Shank played a really big part in bringing him, but also one of the biggest Afrobeat artists, Davido, took part heavily in the planning and just ensuring that Kai was comfortable when he came to the continent. And one thing I like about that trip is they tried as much as possible to give him that authentic African feel, where you don't try to whitewash his experience by feeding him mashed potatoes and stuff like that. They showed him what it is to be African, what it is to live here, what it is to survive here, what our life looks like. And that means the good, the bad, the ugly. It means that there are places that are not developed, but mostly it means that there's so much rapid development happening on the continent, And I don't think he could have picked a better place to go than Nigeria. Nigeria is the biggest population on the African continent. They will hit 250 million people by the year 2030. It's going to be one of the top 5 GDPs in the world by about 2050. It's a very rich country. It has oil and just this outburst of so many young people who are going to form a huge part of the world's labor market. Listen, Lagos is the land of hustlers, and forget what it is you hear about Nigeria. Of course, I know you've heard that there's scammers from there, and that is absolutely true. Just the way there's crimes happening, different types of crimes happening in different parts of the world, but it's also the tech hub. It's the heartthrob of tech on the African continent. The developments that are happening there are so rapid, and I think that was the best place for him to go. It's also a very culturally rich country, and so if you want to have, I wouldn't say African, but an example of what Africanness is, then Nigeria is a great example, because from their food to their music to their dressing, it just screams they are Black, they are African, and they are on the motherland. After that, he went to Ghana also, which is like a really lovely place. I mean, the moment you land in Ghana, you just feel like you're home. And he had an absolutely wonderful time. And I have just noticed that there's such a spike of not just celebrities, but people in the diaspora who are very curious to know, what is this place about? where is it actually? I want to go. I want to see for myself. I have heard so many things on the media about this place, but I want to be able to see it for myself. And more often than not, when people come to the continent, they quickly realize how wrong they actually were. The challenges are there, but people are working around them and people are trying every single day and people are building. There's this artist who will attach her picture. She was vacationing. Actually, now this is the dangers again of media. Media just reported she broke her leg when she was in Africa. And, of course, Africans were not having it. So they went and Googled and realized that she was actually vacationing in Tanzania. She hurt herself, or she got an accident that hurt herself. And she came to Kenya and got quality healthcare. And she felt better and got back on her feet. Do you understand how just the reportage can damage your perception about a place? Because one headline can read, she broke her leg in Africa. And one headline can read, she unfortunately had a minor accident, hurt herself, got hurt in Tanzania, but then got quality medical care in Kenya that enabled her to salvage or enjoy what was left of her vacation. And I think that is where people like Kai come in. I absolutely love that everybody is coming, but also to have young Black people that have a platform and have a voice coming to Africa. Very, very important, because this just means that the world will get to see the continent through their eyes, through an unbiased Black eye. And then those who had fears or uncertainties can use these videos to gauge and decide if and whether to come.
I don't know if y'all can tell, but I miss Africa so much, bro. Like, it feels good to be back home, but it's like, when I was in Nigeria, it was like an everlasting thrill of what's next. I miss Ghana too. Like, Ghana was such a nice, vibey place. Like, I'm taking somebody on vacation there. Water my mother, bro. It's like when you go see it with your own two eyes, you notice it's a whole different vibe, bro. America got thinking that there's gonna be lions and zebras and around. Shut the up. It's really the motherland, bro. Like, no glaze, bro, no glaze. I used to make fun of Africans growing up. I remember that. I used to be on some African. That's crazy, bro. Shout out to all my Nigerians. Shout out to all my Ghanaians. I love y'all so much, bro. I bleed green and white, and I bleed red, yellow, and green. No cap.
And in two parts, it's very important. One, because the tourism revenue is very important for African countries. Most of these countries, they're heavily driven by tourism. One job in tourism indirectly creates 7 other jobs. But on top of that, I think that Black people abroad for a long time have wanted to reclaim their history, know who they are, go back to the motherland, and these negative stereotypes have stolen that away from them. So I think when we begin showing the continent, all of it, the good, or rather the bad plus the good, then it just means that we are opening that door for people who might genuinely want to come and visit. Well, thank you so much for watching. I'll see you again next time. Comment down below what you think about this video. Also follow me on social media at Ondiro Oganga, or come over to my channel, New Dawn Africa channel. Bye-bye.